Hi there, welcome back to Apatros Review, your guide to the wild world of science fiction action horror. And I'm your host, Mile Sipka. Now in this episode, this is basically episode 12 of the Public Domain Madness series. It is the second last episode in the series, and after the next episode I'm going to go to my regular stuff. Anyway, this series I'm basically reviewing 13 public domain films, which are easily found wherever you look. And this particular film we're reviewing is Point of Terror, which is a 1971 melodramatic soap opera, and which somehow got marketed as a horror film by Crown International. Now, the film came out in 1971. In fact, its premiere in South Carolina was in October 1971, but its general release was not until the 14th of September 1973, which was a while after the star Peter Carpenter died. Now, the film is directed by Alex Nicol and stars Peter Carpenter in his last role and Diane Thorne. Yep, Ilsa She-Wolf, the SS herself. Now, this was part of the Mill Creek Pure Terror box set, which has 50 public domain sourced films, all of which are in extremely variable print quality, ranging from all unrestored film reels to VHS tapes. There are some that are in surprisingly decent condition, but not any more than that. Mill Creek's box sets are only sold in the US, but can be easily imported through online shopping sites such as eBay. And this particular film is in the Pure Terror box set. I actually have the Pure Terror and Sci-Fi Invasion sets, and I'll review every single film of them as time goes on. Anyway, for the story. Tony Trelos, a tacky, sleazy, and completely untalented Tom Jones wannabe of a lounge singer who entertains patrons at the Lobster House, a real-life venue by the way, dumped his pregnant girlfriend for the adulterous wife of a big-shot record producer in hopes that she will help him become a star. But after wifey kills her hubby by dropping his motorized wheelchair into the pool with him in it, the relationship between Tony and the big-boobed bitch hits a rocky sort of turbulence when he starts sleeping with his stepdaughter after meeting her at the dead mogul's funeral. Now, why in the frigging heck did Crown International build this dim-witted melodramatic soap opera with some of the most awful songs ever to grace 1970s exploitation market as a horror movie? Those clowns at Crown sure knew how to package their turkeys to make a quick buck at the expense of the audience. Anyway, Point of Terror was the last of a small number of films made to star Peter Carpenter. In fact, he died of a stroke about 2 months after this film's initial premiere, and 2 years before the film went to general release. It really gives his atrociously tacky wardrobe and singing skills the last of a cinematic workout in this and the atrocity. The opening credits are hilarious to see, with Carpenter belting out the first of his tone-deaf songs, while wearing a red fringed outfit, which has trousers that will cut off the circulation to his legs if he wore them for too long. Even the devil wouldn't be caught with dead wearing an outfit like that. In fact, he actually reserves that sort of apparel for the lounge singers down in Hell's nightclubs, only with the tassels of constant fire, which I heard actually helps the act by making them suffer as much as the audience do with those sorts of bad songs they usually play down there. I heard Hitler and Stalin are basically in the VIP club. Now, Point of Terror is a really bad melodramatic drama about a very bad Tom Jones wannabe who sleeps with the big busted wife of a big-shot record producer who can't seem to keep still even with his legs useless and sitting in a motorized wheelchair in order to land that elusive record contract that will make him a star. Fat chance of that happening, though. And break his gig at the Lobster House, which is a real-life nightclub, by the way. But Tony can't keep his one-eyed wonder snake in his pants when he meets his new squeeze's stepdaughter, who he then bids as well. And by the way, this guy actually dumped his pregnant girlfriend before he went on to the big-boobed chick. Now, the film has no clear aim of where it wants to go, as well as the horrible songs and bad dancing that Peter Carpenter displays during his routines. This is a real endurance test for genre fans, only made merely tolerable by the very fact that such badness is funny to see, and the sex scenes being shot in split screen, and Diane Thorne, a short while away from lending her enduring trash reputation in a landmark role as Ilsa and Ilsa She-Wolf of the SS, gets a chance to show off enormous breasts, when she's not covering them with tasteless looking bikinis, that's all. Fans of Crown's catalogue of bad B-grade cheapness would go for this sort of thing, if they're not busy laughing themselves to the hospital's emergency department for an attackiness on display here. And like I said, this is not a horror film, but you could call it a horror film because some of the stuff in this is pretty horrible to see in terms of taste. Everything from Peter Carpenter's outfit to those really bad-looking bikinis that Diane Thorne wears. Now, there's no gore in here, aside from brief depictions of 1970s stage blood and corpses. And Diane Thorne does show off her big milkies in the pool sex scene, but it's kind of hard to see. Now, a little note on the cut of this film. Point of Terror was actually released in 2 versions. The theatrical cut, which ran to about 80-something minutes NTSC, and a television version that removed the sex and nudity but replaced some almost 10 minutes of extra scenes, including a flashback to Tony's past as a shoeshine boy, and a dream recap of some of the events in the film that played at the end, making the film run roughly 10 minutes longer. Now, the print featuring the Mill Creek Pure Terror 15 film box set is of the theatrical cut, making it worth getting if you're a fan of this sort of thing. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now, I don't do requests, but if you want to know if a particular film in my collection, just hit me up in the comments section, I'll answer. And this is the second last episode in Public Domain Madness. And the last one will be, well, you can check the primer for this episode when it comes up. I hope you guys are staying safe, enjoy your day, and that's it for this review.